everybody, it's Crappie Dan with Crappie Now magazine, here to tell you a tip about summertime fishing where it's really hot out here now. It's gotten into August and the skies are bright and sunny and the heat is high and humidity is just as high, but the fishing is still good. You go out there and you can catch some big crappie pulling some baits out there. And a little tip for you that could save you some money. A lot of people like to pull crankbaits and pull jigs and plastics for the crappie at this time because those big crappie are out there feeding on those big schools of shad. In order to do that, you got to have the right rod and reel, and many times you got to have a reel, or at least it seems you have to have a reel that has a line counter on it so that you can get the lure depth properly set for that particular bait that you're using, and it's in the strike zone of the crappie, which is at or above the crappie. One way to do that, as you see here, I've got a line counter reel. If you're fortunate enough to be able to get a line counter reel and use it, this is a great way to count out the line for you to pull crankbaits and other kinds of baits, thin fishers that work very appropriately. Roadrunners are good bait this time of the year. In order to get the line depth proper, if you don't have a line counter reel, you could use an open face reel like this, or even a spinning reel. Take a tape measure and take it, it's extremely important that you do this, take the tape measure exactly from where the line comes off the reel and measure up at a 1 foot increment and a 2 foot increment, and place tape on your rod. And this is painter's tape. I just took regular painter's tape and I cut 2 pieces off and just made them so that I can go in. I'll cut another one here for you. And I can take this, and as you see where I've got my tape measure, it's almost right where this B&M label is. So what I will do is I will come in and place the tape either above or below that 1 foot, and remember which side of it is appropriate. I like to put them, for me, where the measurement comes right above it. That way when I pull the line, it's going to come right to that point. I then cut me another piece off, and I will place that tape at the 2 foot mark, which is right here, just below the line guide. And I'll put this particular tape right here, just above that 2 foot mark. Now, when I pull the line off the reel, I can get 2 foot increments, but if I want an odd amount, I have to pull 1 foot to get that odd amount. So if I'm out there pulling with a trolling board, as I've got here, I can pull it off if I want to go 9 foot off, in order to get that crankbait down at the right place. Then I can take at 2 foot increments all the way up to 8, and then take a 1 foot increment, and I've got the exact amount of line off that I've got to have. Keep this in mind. You can use this on any reel and rod combo. It doesn't matter what type you have, and it'll save you some money, and it will also save you time, and it'll be accurate to catch all those big crappie when they're out there feeding on those flats and on those ledges. Until next time, this is Crappie Dan. Go out and catch some slab crappie.